Hey students, welcome to English class. I'm your English teacher, Mr. Oza, and it's time to do classwork number 34. We are working in our novel, The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood. We're going to do the second chapter today. Today's chapter I have named The Wall. So let's jump right in. Here are some instructions for this assignment. Same stuff as usual. We're going to go over 4 pictures together. We'll do that right now. And after this video is over, you're going to write down one prediction based on those pictures. And you're also going to write down one question that you have based on those pictures. And I will answer that question right away as soon as you're done writing it. And hopefully that will make it a little easier for you to understand the chapter. So here we go. Let's look at 4 pictures right now. All right, in the first picture, we see our main character, Offred, over here on the left, and we see another handmaid over here on the right. This is a handmaid whose name is Glen. Two of them are going to be interacting in the chapter today. They're going to be walking around together, so that is the first picture. The second picture, we see the wall. Pretty disturbing image here, but this is, of course, Glen and Offred both standing together and looking at the wall. And on their way home from the grocery store, they see the wall every day, or at least every time that they're walking back from the grocery store. And so on the wall, you see people hanging. So these are people who have broken the law, specifically the religious laws in Gilead. If you remember from the beginning of the unit, Gilead is a country that is based on religious law, extreme laws. And so if you break any sort of law, then you're going to be hung and your body is going to be displayed in public. And this is to make people afraid. This is to make people scared of breaking the law. This is one thing that a totalitarian government, or a government with total control over its people, might do. They are showing you this is the punishment for breaking our religious laws. And so here you see 2 people hanging, and it's like a warning sign, like, don't mess with the government, otherwise this will happen to you. So very scary. So here's one character from the novel that we have not met yet, and we're not actually going to meet in the chapter today, but this is Luke, and this is the husband of June. And so June often thinks about Luke, like throughout the story. She remembers him, thinks about her past, thinks about meeting Luke for the first time, and of course, Luke and June, or Luke and Offred, which she is called now, they have a daughter named Hannah. So in the chapter today, she is thinking about Luke, and that is, of course, rightfully so, weighing heavily on her mind. And here in the final picture, we just see another look at the wall. Basically, same explanation as 2 slides ago when we saw the wall for the first time. We see people hanging on the wall, and this is a way for the government to scare people. You can maybe try to make a connection of the way in modern times, in our real world, what does the government do to kind of scare people? What does the government do to deter people from doing certain things? This is a very extreme example by actually hanging dead bodies for you to see. So that is, an example that we don't see in the real world, but the concept of deterrence, or deterring someone from committing a crime. What does the government do in modern times to deter people from committing crimes? So once again, when this video is over, you can write down one prediction and one question that you have, and I'm going to go in and I'll answer that question right away. After you're done with the prediction and question, it's time to read the chapter as usual. The link is in your Google Doc, and it's only a 4-page PDF, so you can take a look at that, read the chapter, and let me know if you have any questions while you're reading it. And then you're going to fill out the says, means, matters chart. All right, and it's going to look very similar to how it did for the last classwork. All right, in the first box, the second box, the third, you're going to either find a quote that matches the description, or you are going to write the description for a quote. All right, so a little bit different than the first term. I did explain it in the last video. I'll explain it again real quickly. All right, you're either going to find a quote that matches the description, or you're going to write the description for the quote that I have given you. All right? And if you're finding the quote, I actually have given you a good hint in the description. I give you a page number so that you can find a quote on that page. All right? And if you're just writing your description, then you know, based on the citation, you know what page the quote is on, so you can read the context and then write your description. And then don't forget, explain why that quote matters, why that description matters, why is it important. Final step, as always, your open response. You're going to share your opinion, so don't overthink it. Like I always say, there is no right or wrong answer as long as you support your answer with some sort of evidence. Use a quote from the novel or anywhere else. And remember, you have quotes in your chart, 4 of them to be exact, so you can use any of those quotes in your open response to save time. So that's going to do it for this video. It's time to do classwork number 34 over on Google Classroom. This is the second chapter of The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I hope you like the book so far. If you have any clarifying questions, it's a crazy book. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I've read this book a bunch of times and I would love to help you better understand the book. All right, thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And as always, have a great class.